Shinobi, open your eyes. For the sake of your master.
Hey everyone, it's BlueLizardJello and welcome back to Everything Possible in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Last time we made our way through most of the Senpo Temple on Mount Kongo. We defeated the Armor Warrior, and next we have another stretch of a lot of combat, followed by, finally, another boss fight. But before we do that and before we actually go anywhere, I do need to make an apology and a correction. In the last episode, I had mentioned Kotaro and Jinzaemon having very similar quest lines, and that they could both be used either to go to the dungeon under Dojun's watch, or they could go to Anayama the Peddler. Jinzaemon can only go to the dungeon, or you can follow his quest line to its natural conclusion. He cannot be used by Anayama in order to help loot the battleground, so only Kotaro would fit that bill. So my apologies about that if there was any confusion. Before we go and explore the rest of the temple grounds, a couple things I want to do. Number one, I want to travel to the upper tower, Kuro's room, because I want to talk to Emma and give her the gourd seed.
The Everblossom tree that Lord Takeru brought from his homeland? Someone cut a branch from the tree and took the flowers for themselves. Without its flowers, the Everblossom was unable to survive. Eventually, the entire tree was lost. Master Wolf, it looks as if your brow is less furrowed than before. If only a little. Please, see that Lord Kuro's wish to sever immortality is met. Goodbye.
And now that we've gotten that dialogue and we've given her the gourd seed, we are also now going to travel to the Ashina outskirts, specifically the stairway, because I do need to advance Anayama's dialogue in order to get the option to send Kotaro to him later on. And unfortunately, only because we haven't actually come back since we discovered that the Ashina soldiers, were looking for salt, we're going to have to rest a couple times in order to advance that dialogue.
I've been waiting for you, good sir. I procured some goods with the coin you gave me. Go on, buy something.
So now he just has his standard accoutrement because we gave him the sen last time, but if we talk to him...
By the way, good sir, I'm going to let you in on something.
All right.
I'm thinking about expanding my business. I mean, who knows when Ashina will fall? It's what you might call a, sinking ship. In other words, opportunity is knocking, you know? Which is why I have a favor to ask of you.
What is it?
Do you mind finding out what the Ashina samurai want right now? You tell me that. I can sell it to them. You're a shinobi. I bet you've got a good ear for gathering information from the enemy. Help a poor merchant out here, huh? Please.
I'm almost certain we've gotten that dialogue before, and I don't know why he's giving it to us again. I also don't know why he sounds like a World of Warcraft Murgle when he talks about the sinking ship, but, let's not split hairs.
Hey, good sir.
I found out what the samurai want.
Oh, you mean it, good sir?
Yes. It seems they're low on salt.
Salt, you say? Well, you eat it, of course. But it's also good for purifying the dead and putting on wounds. Diseases spread quick with rotten corpses on the battlefield. Everyone's scrambling for salt. That means now's the time to cash in. Lots of people need salt. I mean, karma shouldn't bite me if I sell it for a tad more than the going rate, right? Now that that's decided, it's time to get me some salt. Thank you very much, good sir. Until next time, good sir. I'll stock some new products if I can sell a lot of salt. Make sure you pay me a visit when I do.
So apparently the Ashina soldiers want salt just as much as all of us want just a chance to buy a new graphics card. That is the same type of situation going on right now, so let's just rest. And now, if we go and talk to him again, he should have expanded his business, and we finally should get the option to send him someone to help out.
Good sir! Good sir! Listen here. My salt? Huh? I sold it for quite a pretty price. You know it's in high demand. And that means I'm loaded with cash and product. Look, I've got some new items too. Buy something, please.
So you can see he has greatly expanded his inventory. He now sells 5 Goken sugar. He sells Yashiriko sugar, 2 of them. This is an interesting sugar, and as you can see, it halves both your max vitality and your posture, but it gives you a really big attack power boost. So if you are confident in your abilities, this can make quick work of even the most difficult bosses. He also sells some more heavy coin purses. He sells 2 of those, and he sells unlimited scrap iron and black gunpowder.
Oh, good sir, listen here.
Is this about your business?
You know me so well, good sir. It smells like a war's brewing these days. I could make a killing if I take advantage of this, which is why I have a favor to ask of you, good sir.
What is it?
Looting battlefields. That's the job. I mean, that's a great way to refresh my stock, right? There are dead bodies all over a battlefield. It's a gold mine, huh? Spears, swords, armor, it's all free and for the taking. Weapons should fly off the shelves thanks to the war preparations.
What qualifications do you need?
Well, let's see. Looting the battlefield is a dirty, disgusting, and physical job. I'm looking for someone who's big and strong and thick.
Well, I guess he just described Kotaro to a T, so that is all we needed to get. Now we can head back. Once we go back to Kotaro, we will be given the choice to send him here to help out. Now, I could, again, go and send him to Dojun, except when I was doing a practice run earlier, I completely forgot I've already sent Jinzaiman to the dungeon, which means we won't be completing his questline, but we'll talk about that when we get to the stage where we normally would have been able to advance his quest. And let's head back to the temple grounds in Senpo Temple. So with that all out of the way, we are going to get our spinning shurikens ready. There's a couple of dogs down here and another 2 just around the building. So I'm going to stay up here, get the one in front, the one in back. Did the ones across the way come? Only one of them did. So that's okay, we'll kill him. There's still going to be one around the corner. I'm going to jump onto the roof here, go to this bird's nest, and pick up some ceramic shards. Now, you notice that I haven't been spending my skill points. I am saving up for 10. I think I briefly mentioned that in the last episode, but what I'm trying to do, and I actually can't show you the skill tree here, but I'm trying to max out one of my skill trees because that's going to be important the next time we meet Ishin Ashina. Now, looking over the temple grounds, we have a number of seekers. We have the bare fist seekers. We also have these seeker psychics, which actually throw little fire bombs, and there are 3 of the seeker psychics, 1, 2, and then a third just behind the pagoda, and then there are 3 bare fist monks, 1, 2 behind the pagoda, and then 1 in the corner by that tree. But we're going to ignore them for now. Instead, I'm just going to jump down to this ledge, take care of this next dog. Another dog that was hiding in the wings is going to go and investigate. Let's take care of him. Perfect. We can drop down here, and this guard dog was guarding the Goken sugar. Excuse me, as I trip over my words. Now, classic FromSoft trap. You have a shiny right in the middle of the pathway. That should already be sending off some red flags, and there is the reason for it. Get our spinning shuriken ready. Nice charge attack, and let's take care of that monkey. So we grab a single pellet, and he drops something. This is likely... Actually, no, he didn't. That was just the fading pellet. The monkeys have a fairly good chance of dropping the persimmons. So, and of course, I totally forgot about this one. Chasing slice, there we are. If you want to try out the persimmons, you can farm these monkeys pretty easily. There's also going to be plenty more in the Sunken Valley. Or you can just get a guaranteed persimmon at the bottom of this path and the taro persimmon if you follow Kotaro's questline to its good conclusion. If you can get a spinning shuriken, all 3 hits onto these monkeys, it will kill them. I don't really want to waste them all, so... Uh-oh. How is this monkey so good at dodging? There's 1 hit. Perfect. Let's see, did we get any persimmons from them? We did not. Right, so let's go and take a look, see what's down here. You can see that is the broken bridge that has the Spear Adept on it. We zipped up to the cave to the right. We do have a Taro Troop Warrior right there with a monkey who's just sleeping. I really don't know what to make of that scene. The monkey's not dead. Monkey's very much alive, and he's also kind of standing over him with a large mallet, which is a little bit disconcerting. What I like to do, double jump up to this cliff, get right behind the Tower Trooper, and just do a death from above. Let's see. Make sure we're targeting him. There we are. Nice and easy. Back up so the monkey doesn't get us, and chasing slice. Perfect. Oh, we got a Mibu Balloon of Spirit from the Taro. Speaking of, there's another Mibu Balloon of Spirit. Yet another. There is our guaranteed persimmon under this tree, which is perfect because it is a persimmon tree, and I can appreciate that. Here's a couple of spirit emblems. We do have one more balloon over there to pick up. But here's a heavy coin purse. You can see that is the Spear Adept. That's the cave that we went through to get to Shugendu. And there's our third Mibu Balloon of Spirit. This little branching path is done. We're going to head back up the path. We have a couple of treasure carps that we need to take out. So we're just going to zip on back up. Kind of keep our distance. We don't want any of the seekers to notice us. Oh, and let's take care of that one dog just so he doesn't sneak up on us. There we are. See if we can get one drop onto the treasure carp. If it disappears, it's not a big deal. They do come back pretty quickly. There we are. One treasure carp scale. Hey, we got them both. Perfect. So there are two here. Remember this pool of water, though. Once we get a skill known as the Mibu breathing technique, we're going to be able to dive down underwater, and we want to return to this pool. It's important for one of the endings. So what I'm doing here is I'm just zipping up twice to the pagoda, grabbing a fistful of ash, and here I'm going to use a Gaijin sugar, and just to kind of walk you through what I'm going to do, as I said, there are 6 seekers. We can take out all of them as long as we're quick and we're methodical. So we are going to kind of do the outskirts first. So, seeker number 1, jump up to this rock, double jump up to the fence here, ignoring that shiny. And even though I am hidden, I am going to sneak as well. That seeker is going to start to notice you, but as long as you start moving again, you're fine. He will not become aggressive. Take care of this psychic. Drop down. Gaijin sugar is so good, almost to the point of being broken. And then lastly, this one bare-fisted seeker. And there we are. In fact, you still have time. You could go into the next area and even start cleaning up there, but we may use a separate Gaijin sugar just to be on the safe side, because if you peer inside, you can see there's an assassin, there's another one slowly coming out. You can also just make out some seekers and prayer to the left. There's one of those infected seekers, and there's even more assassins up on the roof, and we want to take care of those on the roof first. They can be the most troublesome. So we're going to follow the shiny, grab a ceramic shard, and what I want to do is get up to the roof without anyone seeing me. So I don't want to waste this Gaijin sugar. So I want to get to a spot where I can hopefully zip up pretty easily. So let's use the sugar now. Zip up here. First we want to go to this one that's overlooking the courtyard. Take care of him. There's going to be another one on the other side of this roof right here. It's facing away, which is perfect. Now 2 of the courtyard assassins should be hopping up if they haven't done so already. They're not. That could be just a little bit of a problem, but I think we can make this work. What we're going to do is we're going to backstab one with stealth, and then we'll use the blood smoke ninjutsu to get at least one more. And then this other one we'll just have to fight, which is fine. Let's make sure we get all of our loot. Although admittedly I'm not good at fighting them. no shame in my shinobi tool game. And get the finish. There we are. Right, so in practice, sometimes these front two assassins would actually jump up onto the roof, which would allow an easy backstab with the blood smoke ninjutsu, and then you can just hop down and get this one very, very simply. Right, so from here, there is one piece of loot just behind that one infected seeker, but we do have 3 seekers here, and there's one more over to the right. The only one that's, well, the only 2 that are truly dangerous is the one in the far back here is one of the polearm wielding seekers, and then of course the unkillable infected seeker. What we can do, we don't even need to use a gaching sugar here, but if we just stay crouched and go to the back of the room, we're going to do a backstab and immediately use a blood smoke. You can actually see that they do wear slightly different garb, the ones that are using these spears. There we are. Really and truly, we don't even need to do that, simply because, well, these are just the bare-fisted seekers. They're not too difficult. And are you going to... do you even know where I am? I don't think you do. That's interesting. Alright, let's take care of him nice and quick. The other seeker did seem to notice us, but the infected is not. Which is actually perfect, because that means I can grab that loot without even needing to budge him. There we have it. Perfect. So everyone in and around the courtyard is dead. We're just going to go right up here, grab the lump of fat wax, and get out of there. Now remember that centipede. We're going to start seeing a lot more of those as we move through this playthrough. And at the end of this episode, we will have the means with which we can finally kill them once and for all. We have this one path here. We have a lower path. Oh, is that another assassin? No, that's still the centipede. Still the centipede monk. We have this path down here where we can hop down and go inside this pagoda, which we will be doing here soon. But before we do that, let's get our axe ready. And over here, if we double jump up onto this cliff, that right there, that branch with the ledge right above it, we can grab. That can be a shortcut to the next boss. But we do have some more areas to clear out, including a little mini boss, so absolutely we're going to take care of that. If you wanted to use another Gaichin sugar, you could. I don't really see it being necessary. Now, how many spirit emblems do I have? I only have 2. So I am going to use a ceremonial tanto. And I'm just going to use a pellet for now. Might use a second one here in a second. Because what I want to do is probably blind him, although realistically I could use Fistful of Ash, which is what I'm going to do. He is going to see us. And shatter the helmet. Perfect. Unfortunately, that pellet didn't do quite enough. And we got our sugar back. And it also ran out before we were full anyway. Now, this path right here can be really useful because we can zip right over to that branch. We also have a couple of others to choose from. There are a few patrolling seekers. There's also going to be some fistfuls of Vast by that fire. But we also have a Terror Trooper behind that rock right there. We have a Seeker Psychic that is up on this ledge right here around the corner. Then we also have 2 more patrolling Seeker Psychics with a Terror Trooper with a shield. So there's a lot going on, but I'm going to show you how we take care of that. But first, let's go and deal with that other mini-boss. So we're going to go back down to this area. Jump kind of roof to roof. Hop down, and then right here we can jump inside. Make sure you zip so you don't go right down. And you can start to see what's going on. Lots of these one-hit kill centipedes. So as long as we kind of zip to them and then jump on them, we can get the kill. But this guy, who is somehow known as a giraffe, that is a mini boss. He has 2 death blows. We can get a free one just by jumping on him from here. And then, well, then we'll kind of talk about what's going to be needed, because it can be a little bit difficult in that you need to parry a lot in order to take him out. I don't like that this guy is right by the connection. Let's block. Oh. Okay. good. We got those kills. What I like to do as well is there's a couple more over here that I'll kill before we take on the boss. There's 1 and 2. Now, even though we have the boss kind of by himself, well, not truly by himself, he has 2 more of those centipedes with him. But don't focus on them because then you miss your opportunity for this free death blow. So the goal is going to be, to walk you through it, I'm going to death from above the boss. Once he's recovering, I'm going to try and get 1 jump kill on one of these centipedes. Then I'm going to run around that center pot there and try and hunt down this final one, which I don't actually see where he's at, unless he climbed up. I may have already killed him because he was in the rafters, but if I see another one, I'll stop and take care of him. Otherwise, it is going to be a rhythm game. It is something to the tune of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's his attack pattern. He also has a perilous attack that is always a swipe with his 2 front claws. So if you can block, and then jump over and kick him, that's going to be a lot of posture damage. You know, one thing that wouldn't hurt is actually another Gouken sugar, reducing the posture damage. I think I will pop that right before I hop down, just so we don't get our posture broken. Make sure we have healing gourd at the ready, and let's start. So there's the 1 death blow. There is the centipede. Let's run away, just sprint away. You know what? I'm going to heal up. I don't think there's actually any more of the little centipedes. I think I took care of them all. Oh, that was terrible because I was not anticipating that already. Right, so there's a death. Fortunately for us, that is kind of okay. So I'm going to resurrect, run away. That was a pretty poor showing, I will admit. Oh, yellow gunpowder. There is the swipe. Okay. We're just waiting for the swipe again, hopefully. All right, he's gonna do a swipe. And there's the kill. So we got some more yellow gunpowder. We also got a prayer bead, of which that is our 4th. So we can now make another prayer necklace. So not as smooth as I'd love that to be, but everything always goes a little bit better during practice when I'm not trying to focus on commentating as well. So we also have Gouken sugar. We have black gunpowder, and we have some more black gunpowder, and now that long-armed centipede, or giraffe, as either the original translation or the original game, I can't remember, used to say, is gone. We will be fighting another one of those, so that timing, it's a little bit challenging, but if you have the loaded umbrella, especially if you have it upgraded some, it can make those deflections almost trivial. As we head up this path, we do have a couple of geckos. No problem, we can deal with them. Over behind that rock, see if I can kind of get a look, there is an entire pack of dogs. If you can run up to them and just get a nice whirlwind slash, it can make that very, very easy. Otherwise, just make sure you have your spinning shuriken at the ready. Now, I don't want to do a thrust attack, but if I just... There you go. Got most of them. And there we have it. All the dogs are dead. Pick up the Mibu Balloon of Spirit that they are wielding. Here's a Seeker. Not a problem, he's all by himself. Don't forget to keep checking to make sure you've sucked up all the loot. Okay, there's the Seekers. If we let them go, we should be able to get the backstab on one, just to make it a little bit easier. In fact, one thing you can do, if you double jump over here, you can get right up to this branch, zip right to that one, and death from above. Perfect, we didn't even have to wait. And how about a nice whirlwind slash to kick things off? Make sure that we get up here to get that fistful of ash, those 5 of them actually. And you can see kind of where we are. This is where we could have dropped down. Oh, we did miss a light coin purse in the courtyard. Let's grab that right by this pillar. So we could have just come out here, or we could have hopped down from the roof. But this is the way if you want to get that prayer bead, as well as some of that black gunpowder. We can wait for some of the patrols, but they do take quite a while. What I'm going to do here is I do want to use another Gaijin sugar, which I don't have equipped right now. Because this one Taro troop behind here, you can get it if you just walk very quietly and very carefully. But I found too many times I accidentally alert them. So instead, I'm just going to hug the rock with the sugar equipped. Get that backstab. You can see nothing yet is coming down. There's the Seeker Psychic who's up there. Grab this Ungo sugar. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to get into this grass. Let's see. All right, we're actually good. So I am going to backstab the Taro Trooper and then use the Blood Smoke. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. I do not want to deal with that Taro Trooper with the shield. Not like this. So instead, I'm just going to zip right back to the roof. Again, practice can go as perfectly as planned, but then as soon as I hit that record button, the game knows. The game knows. That's right. We can reset that encounter. In fact, what we'll do, since Gaijin is still equipped, saw the Taro Trooper there. Let us take care of this Seeker Psychic. Grab this Gokins. Let's see where the other Seeker is. He's right in the back, which is fine. And we can deal with these guys. They are not too difficult. Scrap Magnetite. He did just throw a firebomb, that is fine. Using our tools to our advantage, there we are. Great, and now the path is relatively clear. And you know what? This isn't the worst thing in the world because it's showing what can happen and what kind of contingencies you need to have in store just in case the plan, doesn't go as planned. From here, I do want to have one more sugar. I do have two, so we're fine. If I can angle the camera, we do have, there's a Seeker with fists up on that walkway. We have the Seeker Psychic on the stairs and one more monk right there. I do want to get a death from above on the Seeker Psychic, so I'm going to quickly zip up to that branch and go for the jump attack. There we have it. Now, if you can, bring this guy back because the other Seeker or the other regular Seeker is coming. Sure enough, there he is. Nice deflection with my charge attack. Before we keep going, make sure we go under these stairs. Grab these Ungo sugars, you get 3 of them. And then we have to take a look at the nightmare that is waiting for us. There are 2 Spear Adepts that are facing, or not facing, but they are back to back, and then there is the third. Here's the thing though, if you have enough Spirit Emblems, I have a full 15, which is perfect. What I can do is use a Gaijin Sugar, zip over to the far end of that balcony, get right in between those 2 that are back to back, use a Blood Smoke, backstab the other, use a second Blood Smoke, and then get the one that is patrolling. That's the plan. You've seen how well my plans have gone today. So let's see, we're gonna just jump over, Leap of Faith. That one, we actually want him to stay kinda close, so let's get right up in between. Blood Smoke. And you know what? That didn't quite work because he is still going away, but because he's not facing us, he is still going to be easily executable with a backstab. That is the most difficult part of this run done. There's a bulging coin purse for taking out that third one. Now from here, this is going to be the goal, this main hall. But before we do that, we want to head up to that really tall pagoda. In order to get there, we can ignore the shiny that's right down there instead. Let's just head down these stairs. There's a single Seeker in the way. And then once we get into the caves, we are going to fight several more of those centipedes. Just to be on the safe side, I am going to use a healing gourd because we do have an idol here coming up. Nice job. He gets the kill. This might not be the most entertaining way to fight them, but it is by far the easiest. You don't want to drop down here. You will survive, but you are going to take some unnecessary fall damage. Instead, just find this little cave. You can already hear some more scurrying. Inside, we have this great big cavern with a nice low ledge. Slide on under. We do have a Mibu wielding the spirit here in the water. Jump up to this ledge, get ready to do some fighting just about right away. Do like those iframes. Whoop. See, I'm glad I healed up. Before you zip up, take note of this very colorful looking corpse. We have to come back to this person specifically quite a bit later on, so just kind of mark your calendar to come back there at another time. And here we are at that pagoda. And inside we get the Senpu esoteric texts. Those of the Senpu Temple mastered martial arts in the pursuit of virtue. They considered strong fists and strict discipline essential against Buddha's enemies. However, Senpu Temple was seized by an obsession for the undying, which corrupted their teachings and style. We know that they're obsessed with the undying because they're performing these horrible experiments, and we're going to learn in a little bit just what they've done to the poor children that have been brought here. Think Robert and his dad. Grab these 2 pellets, make sure we take care of these geckos. Don't jump off like I almost did. And then from here, a little bit of a leap of faith, we're going to grab that grapple point, and then we're going to grab either the branch or the grapple point that's over in the corner. Get ourselves an Akko Sugar, and now we don't have any more enemies that we can kill other than some crickets in here. But we do have a boss coming up. So inside the Great Hall, there are some doors that we could have opened, and we will be opening them here soon. With these infected, though, I've noticed that if you just kind of stay somewhat far away from them, they don't really seem to even notice you. Of course, if you stay in their line of sight too long, they will appear and try to use their centipedes to come get you. So there's a pellet. Okay, they're starting to see us, so we'll just run. I'm going to open the door. You can see this is where those spear adepts were. Now, if you do just want to rush and you don't want to go the stealth approach and you don't want to try and fight them, if you open the door, of course you get the infamous From Software iframes, and once you're inside, you are safe. They cannot come in, but they can still throw their shurikens. Make sure we sit and rest. I am going to enhance my physical attributes because we do have that 4th prayer necklace. Only those who have mastered the Ashina Blade may set foot inside the castle dojo. Ishin will often stop by unannounced just to keep the students on their toes. Rest up, get my gourds and my spirit emblems and my 1 resurrection back since I foolishly lost that to the centipede. For this one, as long as we're quick, we can easily grab the loot here. Grab an Ungo Sugar, get some black gunpowder. We have 1 door here. Does not open from this side, and that's how you know that this is a From Software game. Jumping away from these 2 infected seekers, we have a lump of fat wax. If we can kind of just angle ourselves in between these statues. And then behind this way, we have another bundled Jesus statue. If you forget what that is, this can be really, really useful if you're getting close to beating a boss, but they take out your last note of resurrection and you're just nervous that maybe they're going to kill you before you can finish them. If you use one of those bundled Jesus statues, you'll get one of those notes back. Jumping over to the big statue here, and we grab a dragon's blood droplet, good for if you've been dying and some of your NPCs are afflicted with dragon rot. Now, had we come here earlier in the game, specifically after killing Genichiro, or even before killing Genichiro, but definitely before talking to Lord Kuro after we killed Lord Genichiro, there would be an NPC here. There'd be a monk who we could talk to in order to get a book that we can get later, but he would actually have it for us right now. If he was here, he would give us the Holy Chapter Infested that we need in order to proceed with the return ending. So we are going to get that later, but it's going to have to be much later after we've gotten the Mibu breathing technique. So if you had an NPC here and you're wondering why I don't, it's because I spoke to Lord Kuro after we killed Lord Genichiro. At this point, all we have left is to inspect this altar.
Three monkeys. One of the panels is empty.
The elusive Hall Bell, a 5-pronged bell made of H bronze, which can be used repeatedly when rung. Monkeys and wolves alike are returned to their initial states. However, monkey caught in the folding screen will not escape whether the bell is rung or not. So get this on your hotbar. This is the boss. We don't need our Tonto right now. And if we use that bell just as the description would tell us, the boss encounter gets reset except any monkeys that we have caught, which also means killed. So we would come back here and all the monkeys would start in their respective spawning areas. You can see there's one up on the roof there, one in the center, and there should be one in the tree. Sekiro had mentioned that there is a 4th panel and it's completely blank. Now, this is based on the concept of see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, and hear no evil. But there is a 4th concept of do no evil. And that one is invisible. I'm not going to do it right now, but I can tell you that if you simply walk right here, well, I guess he's already moved. I think I just ran into him. He's actually waiting right behind us. It's a pretty funny little gimmick. He is here. Luckily, he's not, or fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you want to see it, he's not right where he was. If you turn around immediately and just attack right here, oh. Well, that's where he is. I was hoping he wasn't because it's kind of funny that he just follows you around. You constantly hear the pitter-patter of his footprints or his footsteps behind you. But that is the 4th panel. I'll show you some ways that you can track him down if you don't want to just cheese him like that. So we have the monkey up there with the gong who anytime he sees us, he's going to alert the other monkeys. But we have to use different tactics to catch them. If we have a monkey who sees really well, we need him to not be able to see us so well, which means darkness. For the one who can hear really well, we need to impair his hearing. And the alarmist monkey, well, frankly, we just need to be quick and catch up to him. Now, on top of that, I am going to get some pacifying agent. In fact, let's go ahead and let's just leave our Gordon pacifying agent, and then we'll use the bell. Because there are now going to be some spirit monkeys that spawn. Every time we kill a monkey, more of those monkeys are going to spawn. And if they hit you, even though they don't do much physical damage, they have a lot of the terror buildup, which will kill you if that meter builds up. If you want some more information on the monkeys, though, we do have a seeker here willing to give us some more information.
Yet another who is lost in the halls of illusion. I believe you are on a mission and wish to leave this place.
Yes.
Then you must defeat the monkeys depicted on the panels at the hall entrance. Once you have done so, the divine child's voice will reach you. The monkey in the purple kimono is the seeing monkey. He has excellent eyesight, can see great distances, and is very attentive. If he spots you, he will run immediately. He is exceedingly timid. The monkey in the orange kimono is the speaking monkey. While he does not have particularly good eyesight or hearing, he makes a big fuss when he sees a threat, causing all the other monkeys to run. Or perhaps he merely enjoys toying with humans. The monkey in the green kimono is the hearing monkey. He has excellent hearing, can hear across great distances, and is very attentive. He will generally run away the moment he hears you coming, making it hard to approach. He is exceedingly timid. I do not wish to leave the halls of illusion. It is usually quiet here, which means it is near to nirvana in its own way. At least, that is how it feels to me. Oh yes. By the way, there was once someone who, like you, was on a mission. I believe he chased the monkeys for a while, but everything here eventually went silent. I pray that you succeed.
I'm not sure who the monk is talking about that came here before us, but did not succeed. Now what I want to do is I do want to show off some of the rooms. So this room filled with mud and a little bit of water. There's some pottery laying around. Some of these rooms have little descriptive notes that kind of tell you what they may be used for. But this is a room where you may be able to catch that invisible monkey kind of off guard because you can hear him and even see his footprints a little better. Similarly, over here in the watery room, you can kind of see his footprints sometime, but also this can be a good place to catch the hearing monkey off guard because he cannot hear you approach because of this rushing water, but there's an easier way to take care of him. Here's one of those notes I was talking about. The noise of the roaring waterfall is deafening. Surely no one can hear anything else in here. As we keep going up, we can always reset the encounter if we have to. Over to the left, we have a room that's really well illuminated by all these statues, but we also have a door here. A bare flame in the wind. When it goes out, the place becomes dark as night. And if we open this door, let all of that bustling wind in, and the candles are extinguished, leaving a very, very dark room with an opening up at the top. If we can catch the seeing monkey in here, he will not be able to see us. Over up here to the main hall, while it might be really bright right here, if we go up into the rafters, it's not quite so. Below is an abyss, the bottom cannot be seen. Above is darkness, nothing can be seen. So if we zip on up, again, very, very dark, but because of our wolf vision, we can still see. If we can get the seeing monkey up here, he will not be able to see where we are. Perfect, good. As planned. Guess that's another way of kind of resetting the encounter. So the goal is to use these different tactics to take out the monkeys. Now, the hearing monkey and actually the seeing monkey are right there in the tree. I'm going to go after the hearing monkey first. So let's just zip on over to the middle. He should run off straight back. Zip to this branch. And here we have another note. This bell is deafening. Ringing it recklessly will also make your ears ring. Well, you can see the hearing monkey is right up there, and I love the fact that he has that bowl acting almost like an antenna, which is going to amplify his hearing. But if we ring this bell, we just have enough time to zip on up and take care of the hearing monkey. There is the seeing monkey. Now that room right there, that's the one that we extinguish the candles in, so if we can chase him that way. And sure enough, he's going exactly where we want. So just hop on up, watch those spirit monkeys, and miss completely, but take care of the seeing monkey. Here's the spirit monkeys coming to join. As I said, the more monkeys you kill, the more of these are going to spawn. Oh, and you can see that terror buildup. Actually, that was a lot more physical damage than I remember. So we're definitely going to be healing up. But now, there really isn't a tactic for the speaking monkey. We just need to find him and give chase. So you can see his footprints up here. Let's see which way he went. Looks like he was going... Oh, right here. Okay. Well, there you go. With that monkey, all it is just a matter of chasing him down. But that is the folding screen monkeys, in my opinion, a gimmick fight done right.
Please, forgive them. They only sought to keep me hidden. However, it seems it was not meant to be. Close your eyes. Let us meet at the inner sanctum.
Memory Screen Monkeys. The folding screen monkeys guarded the Hall of Illusions and befriended the Divine Child of Rejuvenation. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about the Divine Child, even though we are about to meet her in just a moment, but we have a lot to say about the Divine Child, and in fact, Divine Children, but we'll wait till another episode to talk about that. We also got the Puppeteer Ninjutsu. We talked about this in the last episode. This technique temporarily forces one who should have fled this realm to remain. We use it after a backstab, just like the blood smoke. It actually costs one spirit emblem less, but the target will become our puppet. We do have this beam of light that will return us to the Halls of Illusion if you so desire. We have an idol, and there is waiting for us is the Divine Child. But before we do that, a couple of things. Let's just run around the back. Not that this is a must-have by any stretch of the imagination, but we do have a couple of pellets. Then looping around. Luckily we can start running here. Up here we do have the door, and this is the one that did not open from the other side, leading right back into the Great Hall. So you can see, even though that illusion was hiding the Divine Child, they weren't even really that hidden. It was just behind a door that had a door stopper, I guess, on the other side. But at any rate, let's go in. Let's get some interesting story dialogue from the Divine Child of Rejuvenation.
Why do you seek this place?
I seek the mortal blade.
Do you know of the blade that cannot be drawn?
Yes.
It is so called, for not one who has drawn it has ever survived. Yet you still wish to attempt this.
I do.
I see. Very well. If you are prepared, you may gaze upon the blade. Why is it, I wonder? Are they not loath to die? Are you... Your eye. I see. You carry the curse of the dragon's heritage.
The mortal blade, without question. I accept its power.
The Mortal Blade, an Odachi capable of slaying the Undying. Its crimson blade will take the life of any who dares draw it. Without the power of resurrection, one could not hope to wield this weapon, which allows one to defeat even infested beings. Long concealed within Senpou Temple, the blade is inscribed with its true name, Gracious Gift of Tears. Now, there is one person we have met who is immortal that wishes to die. We're not going to go and speak to him in this episode, but at the beginning of the next, we will finally be granting Hanbei his never-dying wish.
I see you serve the divine heir of the dragon's heritage.
Yes,
Why do you seek the mortal blade?
I wish to obtain the dragon tears from the divine realm to sever the ties of immortality.
I see. I have read about this. I have read there is a way to sever the dragon's heritage. Which means the divine heir begrudges the power of the dragon's heritage.
That's right.
How strange fate can be. I am one of the children of the rejuvenating waters, created by those who would stop at nothing to achieve immortality. My false dragon's blood was created by man.
Children? So there are many of you.
I am the only one who survived the process. The others are laid to rest here.
I see.
I do not know if it is right to sever the ties of immortality, but the dragon's heritage undeniably corrupts the lives of men, and I share the heir's feelings about that truth. Shinobi of the divine heir, I have decided to assist you. Please hold out your hand.
What?
Bless us with bountiful harvest.
Rice that spilled from the palms of the child of rejuvenation gradually recovers vitality for a time. Even in falsehood, the power of the dragon's blood brings a bountiful harvest. Rice is precious. The flavor grows richer with each bite and is sure to raise one's spirits. Now, we can use this to recover vitality a bit over time, or we can give it to the woman who had information about the viscera earlier on in the last episode. But we need to consume this 3 times. Whether we give it to the woman or we do it ourselves, we need to get 3 helpings of rice from the divine child in order to advance her quest.
This is... rice?
There you are. Rice is a precious thing. It tastes better the more you eat it, and restores one's vigor.
Now, if we talk again to the divine child, we're going to be given the option to use the Sakura droplet that we could have used with Lord Kuru, but I wanted to wait until we met the divine child.
Shinobi of the divine heir, you are welcome here.
Do you know what this is?
I believe it is known as a Sakura droplet. I have heard that when the immortal oath of the dragon's heritage is broken, a Sakura droplet is produced in its stead.
So this too represents the power of the dragon's heritage.
Yes. Shinobi of the divine heir, should you so desire, I could use its power to aid you.
Please do.
All right. Please close your eyes.
Yes.
May this Sakura droplet bring you strength.
I humbly accept.
There. You can open your eyes.
Understood.
And we get an additional resurrective
It appears
node.
the Sakura droplet's power now resides within you. I am glad I could be of assistance.
I give you my thanks.
If we try to request rice,
I apologize. Shinobi of the divine heir, the rice is not yet ready for harvest. I shall give you more when the harvest is complete. Farewell, Shinobi of the divine heir. May the harvest be plentiful wherever your path may lead.
and at this point, the only way to get more is to not only consume it or to give it away, but then to also travel and come back. So for now, what we want to do is 2 more things before we wrap up this episode. Number 1, I am going to go give rice to the Faithful One NPC, which means going to Senpu Temple. I'm going to have to run from the beginning to the woman, but that shouldn't take very long. And this will give us some additional dialogue with her. No need to fight any enemies here. Just run past all of them. Get up into the rafters, perfect. Run past all of these crickets. Ignoring the Seekers. We do have the ability to kill the infected Seekers. I'll show that off in the next episode, but for now, let's see if we can give some rice to the Faithful One.
Fruits of the serpent, yes. There are 2 kinds. One.
Well, that was unexpected. I would rather not need to go in there and kill. Can I get out of their sight? No?
Fruits of one. It's all the fresh one. All that.
Just skipping through your dialogue. We've already heard this one.
Rice. If some less.
Here's some rice.
Oh, there's no doubt. This is the divine child's rice. Oh, thank heavens. Thank heavens.
Tell me, what do you see?
If it's fresh fruit you want, fly a kite, wind the puppet, fly a kite. Delicious.
If it's fresh fruit you want, fly a kite, wind the puppet, fly a kite. Wind the puppet. I'm not sure what she's talking about.
Well, we do know what she's talking about. Now, from here, I'm just going to go ahead and use my homeward idol to go back to... We'll just do the last community idol. And now we have to make our choice concerning Kotaro. As I said in the last episode, I'm going to show 2 methods. I'm going to show the method I prefer, but then I'm going to show the one where we send him to Anayama, which is probably a little bit better, or at least more beneficial for new players. So first, I'm going to create a save state here. Once we give him the red and the white pinwheel, we still have the choice to give him the pure white pinwheel and get the good ending. So you still have another chance, but for now, let's do the good ending first.
They left me all alone.
Is this the pure white flower?
That's... Oh, I remember now. Everyone. They are children of the rejuvenating waters. And I remember I tried to find a pure white pinwheel. A pinwheel for that child. Hey, can I ask a favor?
What?
Could you spirit me away?
I don't follow.
I know about you. You're a shinobi, right? Those monks say. Shinobi can spirit people away. Make them disappear as if they were never there.
Why do you want that?
Well, I'm sure that everyone will be wherever I disappear to. And then I'll get to see them. I'm in charge of looking after the children, after all. You can do that, right?
I cannot.
I see. If you change your mind, please, tell me.
The reason we can only refuse is because it requires another tool. We have to be able to perform divine abduction in order to send him away, and after we've used it, Kotaro will end up in the Halls of Illusion where we fought the folding screen monkeys. Since we don't have that, we can't continue his quest. But I am now going to show you how to send him to Anayama. At this point, we can give him the red and white pinwheel instead.
Is this what you're looking for?
That's a red and white flower. I'm looking for a pure white flower.
I see.
But you're trying to help. Thank you. You're a good man.
A pure white flower.
Yes, it flew away. Yes, that's right. The pure white flower flew away.
We can still give him that pure white flower if you've changed your mind. Otherwise, let's see if we can offer a place for him to go.
There's a peddler named Anayama near Ashina Castle looking for help. You should give him a hand.
I mean, if everyone comes back, I won't be here, but I am pretty lonely. All right, I'll do it. I'll go and see.
You should.
You really are a good man.
No. No, I'm not. Not knowing full well what's going to become of you later on. But for one last thing on today's to-do list, let's go and see Kotaro and Anayama. And just so I'm covering all my bases, had we not sent Jinzaiman to Dojun, we would have also been able to send Kotaro to the dungeon instead.
Oh, Mr. Shinobi, Hanayama is a good man. He called me here to mourn those who died in battle. We take off the armor, cleanse the body, and make proper graves. Times as they are, decent burials don't happen as much as they should.
So neither Sekiro nor Anayama have been honest with poor innocent Kotaro.
Good sir, you have one hell of an eye on you. Oh, you found me a fine specimen. Oh, not only is he strong, but he doesn't mind looting corpses neither. Thanks to you, I've got piles of weapons and I'm loaded with cash. Not to mention some new items in stock. Here, have a look.
So if we take a look at his yet again expanded inventory, he now has some bulging coin purses, he has some scrap magnetite, yellow gunpowder, and a lump of fat wax. Not too bad at all.
Thanks to you, sales are soaring higher than a dragon. Maybe one day soon I'll be the top merchant in all of Ashina. If you're ever in a pinch, I'll hire you in a flash.
No.
Oh, you're a hard fish to land, huh? Playing hard to get, I like it. In any case, come again soon.
There is one more item that Anayama will carry only if we have sent Kotaro to him, and that is known as the promissory note, but that is going to be quite some time before he's going to offer that for sale. But that is going to do it for this episode of Everything Possible in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I hope you learned something. And if you did, please leave me a comment below, and if there's something I missed or if you have a better strategy for taking on that centipede demon or the folding screen monkeys, let me know that as well so we can all keep learning. Before the next episode, I'm going to do just a little bit of off-screen farming so I can get a total of 10 skill points ready. I already have 8, so it shouldn't take too terribly long. And then we'll start the next episode by using the memory of the monkeys to grow stronger, as well as leveling up to max out one of our skill trees. And I'll also take some time to show the Senpu skill tree that we unlocked by finding that esoteric text. But I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. You know what? I lied. One more thing to show off. The Mortal Draw. This does cost 3 spirit emblems to use. It does have a combo, but now that we have the Mortal Blade, we can do this. And if that is not just about the coolest thing you've ever seen, well, you'll have to let me know because that's pretty darn cool.